Can I be honest with you about something I've been watching in this industry for a long time? There is a difference between a good real estate agent and a great one. And most of the time, you can't see it until you can. And here's what I mean. Last year as a country, we did just over 4 million real estate transactions. The pre-pandemic average was around 5.4 million. That's 1.4 million deals that didn't happen. Not because people stopped wanting to move, but because rates, inventory, and affordability have made this one of the hardest markets in 30 years. And in that market, good agents and great agents look almost identical on paper. So what's the actual difference? Good agents bring data. They walk into a listing appointment with comparable sales, days on market, absorption rates. They've done the homework, and that matters. But great agents don't just bring the data. They tell the client what it means for that specific home, for the decision that the seller is trying to make right now. There's a version of a pricing conversation where an agent shows a spreadsheet and the seller leaves even more confused than when they sat down. And there's a version where the seller finishes the conversation or consultation and understands what's happening in their neighborhood, why buyers are behaving the way that they are, and exactly what needs to happen to be competitive in this market. That's not the same skill, guys. One is research, the other is interpretation. And interpretation is what separates the ones who will win the listing from the ones who just attended an appointment. The second thing, good agents work their business hard. I have enormous respect for that grind. This is not an easy industry, and anyone who shows up and does the work deserves credit for that. But great agents, they understand that opportunity cost is real. Every client that you take is a trade. Every yes is a no to something else. And the best agents I've watched build careers in this business are deliberate about that trade. They know which clients they do their best work for. They know which transactions drain them versus which ones they close with energy to spare. They know where their time produces the most value and they act accordingly. That's not arrogance, guys. That's how you build a business instead of just a job. I think about this a lot right now because the market is making the distinction way more visible. When there were 6 million transactions happening, you could be a good agent and do well. The volume covered a lot of sins. At 4 million transactions, the margin for average gets thinner and thinner. Your sellers need someone who can interpret a market that doesn't behave the way it used to. Your buyers need someone who can help them make decisions in an environment that feels impossible. And both of them need an agent who is deliberate about where they spend their time and expertise, because that deliberateness is what shows up in the quality of the work. The difference between a good agent and a great one is invisible sometimes, until you're in a hard market trying to make a consequential decision. And then it's the only thing that you can see.